Okay, so I thought I'd make you a quick video because I figured that would be easier to talk about how to do all this than just explain it through a text. So first, I'm going to moisturize my face. So I'm just putting that all over. I wipe excess onto my hands. No reason. Okay. Close it up. Then I'm going to move to my primer. I like to put all my products onto my hand and then I put it on my face. That way I can control how I'm applying it, where I'm applying it, and all that. But I feel like one pump's generally good enough. I make sure to put this where I feel my skin has the most texture that I want smoothed out, because this helps a lot with that. So for you, probably on your cheeks, because that's where you break out a lot. It helps get you a smooth texture, so then when you put the foundation over it, it's not going to get caught on all the scaps and things like that. It'll be nice and smooth and just cover up everything. Okay, that's on. So I'm going to put that away. Next, I'm going to apply my foundation. So I'm going to do a couple of pumps on my hand. I don't have a brush right now for applying foundation. I'm going to get one. I just don't have one right now. But I'll send you a picture of the one I'm going to order. But basically, I like to put it on my hand and then I take a swap and then just kind of put it all over my face. And let's say you only have like problem area like here and here and you don't really need any on your forehead, you can do that. But if you put it on and then it's like kind of looks funky because you don't have it in all the areas, then you might want to put a little bit there. Sometimes you can hide it by just using a powder and then it'll look like you don't need it either. So it kind of just depends. You have to play around with it. But for me, if I want to hide, like for example, acne or redness, I use foundation. And then you want to get buildable foundation, because with buildable foundation, you can do layers that won't be cakey. Whereas otherwise, if it's really sheer, you're going to see everything still and it's just not going to look great. And then super thick foundation, that's really good for covering everything, but it doesn't look so natural. So that's why I like buildable, is because you can have it thin in places where you don't need it really, and then have it thicker in places where you need more coverage. And it just kind of blends really well together. And my sponge, I just get the cheapo ones at Walmart and I just wash them out and reuse them. I use dish soap to wash them. I have put them in the laundry before. That's worked too, but it doesn't get it out as well as just doing dish soap. Sometimes to help with spreading it better, you can put this under the sink faucet, or sometimes I just spray it. Boom. Works good enough. Drop that. So now I'm just spreading that, getting that all over. I'm just kind of, I want to get really nice, even skin tone. That's what this does, is it helps even out the color of your skin. Because a lot of the times we'll get really red cheeks or red forehead, and it kind of helps with that. And with the primer underneath, it's going to just help tie everything together. That was a lot I put up there. Just move that down here. Okay. Some people, they'll do their eye makeup before they do their face makeup. That's if you're going to do something dramatic and you're going to get eyeshadow everywhere and you need to clean it up. Because sometimes you'll do eye makeup and it just gets everywhere. But I doubt you're doing anything like that, so you should be okay. Yeah, this foundation is not really my favorite. I get meh coverage with this. But you'll kind of get the idea of how I apply it. I would probably, now that I'm going to get my brush, I'd probably do the brush first and then touch up with the sponge. It'll probably make it a little bit faster. But you do want to at the end finish with the sponge, because that's going to help even out the coverage or make the finish nicer. Because a lot of times when I was younger, I'd use a brush and I didn't use the sponge at the time and I'd get streaks. And that wasn't good. You don't want streaks. You want it to appear natural, and this helps it appear natural. So do it with brush, and then afterwards follow with this. And then just spray it with a little bit of water, stick it under the faucet real quick, you know, and that should work fine. Now I'm going to move to my concealer. And I just use this to brighten areas that I need brightened. And I get dark under eyes, so I just put it here, honestly. And then I'll do a little bit here. It's what I found works for me. Sometimes I'll do a little bit here. It helps lengthen my nose because, you know, my nose is short. I do a little bit here, some on my chin. And then I found for me to make my chin more prominent, I do a little bit of light here. It's only sometimes though. I hardly ever put foundation here, here, here. It's only when I'm trying to dress up. Most of the time for like day-to-day stuff, I just go here. It's great. So there. Then blend it in. And in a lot of videos, you see them use their fingers. That's fine. I recommend using like one of your ring finger. The reason being, you don't push as hard, and so you're not going to smear it as much. It's a weird makeup trick I learned in school, but it does work. If you do choose to use your fingers, just use like your fourth finger. Your third finger works as well, but best one's your ring finger. And as far as choosing concealer, you want it to like match the undertone of your skin, saying like if you have a more pink tone or yellow tone or neutral, I'm neutral. You might, because you have a cooler skin tone than I do, if you look better in silver, then you have a cool skin tone, which I think you do. I think you have a spring complexion. So I would get something a little bit on the pinker side. That should help. Don't get like crazy pink though, because that would look weird. And the undertone is different than like redness from acne. That's different. So I just wanted to clarify that. Because sometimes you'll get additional redness from your acne, and that's not your undertone. I'm just wiping off excess with the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to use my contour. I found this one at Walmart I really like. I like to start with the cream one. Just because, I don't know, but just using this by itself works just fine. But my routine, I do this and I cover it with this. Everything that is a cream, you want to cover with a powder, otherwise it's going to slip off if you get really oily skin. And for me, I just kind of like the matte look. I don't do it everywhere. I only do it in specific areas. Like, for example, my forehead, I don't put powder because that's going to look really cakey on me. I just put a little bit of powder right here. And then I'll put powder on top of my contour. And then I'll put on my blush. And that's about all the powder I use. I use a clear powder for my to cover up the concealer and things like that. So put this here. To help lengthen my nose, I put some concealer or contour right here. Sometimes I'll go up to my eyebrow. And then I like to go under my chin. It's pretty good. Now I just blend it in. Ideally, I should use different ones because I'm just putting more product on because I'm using the same one, but whatever. I just kind of use different sides of my sponge and it works okay. And I just wash it out every now and then. You want a dark shade to be there, but you don't want to be able to tell exactly where you put it, if that helps. Just kind of want it nice and blended. So it just looks like a natural shadow is there, but you can't tell you applied product. Okay, then I'm going to use my powder real quick. This is the brush I used. I like to use the middle one. I find that not to be so dramatic. That one's really dramatic. It doesn't blend well. This one's more natural. And I use a matte one. These don't have sparkles in them. Don't get one with sparkles. That's bad. I just apply it. And then I'm going to do it around my nose because I like that. You don't have to. I've also applied it around my nose using like a eyeshadow brush. That works too. I'm just lazy. Okay. Up here a little bit. Make sure everything's blended nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna use my powder. I tap it, get that extra off. Then I just apply it under my eyes. Maybe for today I'll apply down here. Really kind of depends, but I don't want to apply a ton, honestly. Just a little bit to keep it from falling off my face. And I got this thingamajig and my brush. And I go right here. On my face, it looks the nicest here. All right. I won't do everything. Sometimes I'll do this, but that doesn't really, it doesn't do a ton. You don't really need it. Yeah, I just barely got this. So it's not like, I don't know, it's like a little shimmer powder thing. I don't know. I don't really use it a ton. Don't need it. And then after this point, I would go on to do my eyes. And then once I'm done, if I'm going out somewhere, I'll spray this on. It keeps it on long term. I'm pretty sure NYX has a pretty good, it's called Makeup Setting Spray. NYX has a good one. And then this one's by Urban Decay, so it's a little bit more pricey, but I've had this for like years. That's the nice thing about like nice makeup is it lasts a long time. The only thing I really ever have to like replenish is foundation and mascara. That's like it. Everything else I've been using for like forever. Because once you get your set, it's only a couple, it'll last a long time. But I hope this helps. Let me know if you have other questions, but hopefully this will kind of help you with knowing like where to apply things. Oh, did I blend that? I did. Okay, good. Put that underneath. But I'll show you what it looks like from the window because that has a better view. That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, just because I don't have many eye makeup done, it looks a little bit, I don't know. But I hope this kind of answers some questions for you.